Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay. Now can I speak? Can I speak now?
There you go. Simple.
So
There you go. So therefore, there is no problem.
I'll let you speak. Okay.
No problem.
So can I speak? Okay. So
No problem.
again,
Go on.
it is written here in Surah 19 verse 7. For any Muslim that doesn't know what he's saying, this is what it is written. Ya Zakariya inna nabshuruka bigulamin asmuh Yahya lam naj'al lahu min qablu samia. In Surah 19 verse 7, it is written that no man was called Yahya previous to this person.
Right.
In the it says O Zachariah, so we know the father of this person is O Zachariah.
Right.
Now you mentioned about the people of the book. If the people are in doubt, they're meant to go to the people of the book.
Exactly.
So the Injil shows Zachariah's son is John the Baptist, John.
Right.
So we know that this Yahya is John the Baptist.
Right. So the Bible corrected.
One more person.
So the Bible corrected.
One more point.
Go on.
So
the Quran is wrong.
we know the Quran is talking about this person.
You can't make mistake because a man write it.
Okay.
Who said can? Because a man write it.
Guys, please.
You can't make mistake because a man write it. Both the Bible as well.
Okay, let me make a point. I was gracious to you.
Yeah, go on now.
In the book of Chronicles, 1 Chronicles chapter 6 verse 10, this was written many decades, many centuries before Yahya, before Yohanan, in other words in Hebrew.
Right.
The word Yahya in Hebrew translates to Yohanan. This is what is written in 1 Chronicles chapter 6 verse 10.
Right.
Yohanan, the father of Azariah, served as a priest in the temple Solomon built in Jerusalem.
Right.
So in other words, we have a Yohanan, we have a Yahya before John the Baptist.
Right.
The Quran
before
so
John the Baptist.
the Quran, yes.
Hold on.
I'll let you speak. This last point.
Hold on, because you speak too long. Because when you speak too long,
last point.
Hold on.
Make
it be sharp.
Okay, last point.
Because when you're speaking too long, what you said in the beginning, I don't remember hell what you said. So make it sharp. Because you're speaking too long.
Okay. So the Quran says in Surah 19 verse 7 that no man was called Yahya previous to this person.
Yes, and then you find out there are men that call that.
There are men called Yahya previous to John the Baptist.
Okay.
The Quran makes a mistake. Answer this mistake.
Cool. You want me to answer this? You want to answer this?
Is the Quran a mistake? Yes or no?
You want to answer this mistake?
He said yes.
Let me answer you. Personally, every book was written by man. I know I'm telling you this right now in front of the camera, because there's a camera there.
On the camera, yeah.
Is the Quran a mistake? Has the Quran a mistake?
This man love to talk, you know.
Yes.
Okay, I'll let you speak. Let me speak. Okay,
in books, you find a lot of corruption in books. Both the Quran and both the Bible.
Yeah.
So
because books, they were written by men. So now the only truth, and you know the only truth is Yeshua. So therefore, if you read something in the Quran, if you read something in the Quran, and you believe and you think, let me tell him something. If you read something in the Quran and you believe or you think that is incorrect, then therefore you try to find out the truth about it. Okay. Which you did.
Jesus is the truth.
Which you did, sir. You understand? So therefore,
you made a point.
Me myself, I am going to do my research as well.
But let's research.
And if it's incorrect, I will come to you and I'll tell us the truth. Yes, it is correct.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I've heard what you said.
Good.
You said a man can make mistakes, right?
Of course.
But the Quran is known as the divine words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Surah 18 verse 27, this is what is written. وَأَتْلُ مَا أُوحِيَ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ كِتَابِ رَبِّكَ لَا مُبَدِّلَ لِكَلِمَاتِهِ وَلَنْ تَجِدَ مِنْ دُونِهِ. So it is written, recite what has been revealed to you from the book of your Lord. None can change his words. مِنْ كِتَابِ رَبِّكَ لَا مُبَدِّلَ لِكَلِمَاتِهِ. So none can change.
Then it's supposed to be recited.
None can change the word of Allah.
Same as the scripture from before. Then it's supposed to be recited, not put in a book format. So therefore, they should not put the word in a book format. So So when they put the Quran
forgot that was on
in our book format, that is when they call it the Quran. It should not be in our book format. Okay? So this is the mistake that they make to put it into a book format. It's supposed to be recited, not in our book format, because the Prophet did not tell them to put it in our book format.
Yeah. Okay, can I explain it?
Do you understand now?
Okay, so what he's trying to say...
Even the Bible the same.
Okay, good question. So what he's trying to say is that the Quran should not be in a book format. But what he does not realize, in the Quran, it is written to obey Muhammad and the people, let me speak, and the people in authority. So the people at that time, when Muhammad passed away, who had authority, compiled it in a book. So we should read the Quran in the book. In the early Quranic history, when they were reciting the Quran, it was written out in mushaf. Abu Bakr and Umar, they had, you should read the history, they compiled the Quran. I'll get you, I'll get you, sir.
Because this man, you believe in every, how do you believe in everything that people wrote?
Let's not shout.
So you come to me, I'm not shouting, I'm talking loud.
Don't let me talk to me.
Listen, I am not shouting.
Should we time it?
I am speaking loud.
Should we time it?
So you come to me, because everything that you telling me no.
Why are you interrupting me?
I'm interrupting you. I go on talk because you love to talk.
Okay.
Go on talk.
I'll just say this 2 points for then I'll let you speak how long you want. Okay, so the Quran says to obey Muhammad and the people who are in authority over the people. So the people who were authority at that time, the companions of Muhammad, compiled the Quran in a book. So we should read the Quran in the mushaf like how they were reading it. If he says no, then he's going against every single scholar in Islamic history. Now in the Quran it is written, let's get the verse up. It's written Surah 18:27. Recite what has been revealed to you from the book of your Lord. Kitabi. The word in Arabic, Kitabi, means book. This is the book. So in other words, wherever we are reciting, we should recite from the book of your Lord. So you have a historical error in your Quran, which you have not answered about.
Say they wrote that. They wrote that down. So to believe in our book.
I'll let you speak.
Let me ask a question. Is it from God? Because you say to believe in all the scholars. Is the scholars were appointed by God? No, they don't appointed by God. So therefore, you're talking to a man that believe in God and God only, and God alone is my teacher, not a book.
Good question.
So therefore, you listen to a book and you come to me with a book with something in a book. You understand? There are many things that were written in a book by man that is not from God, and that is from God. So when you read a book, you have to understand what is from God and what is not from God. You understand? So therefore, you come to me with a book now and you believe in everything in the book. Some things what you said to me is not true because it's not from God. I am not the same as every minority Muslim. Even though I am Muslim, I am not the same. Because I do not believe in books. Because the books, a book, sorry, can I borrow this? This does not make me Muslim. This does not make me Muslim. Because my people were worshipping one God before this book come in. You understand? So, yes sir, you can go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So again in Surah 4:59 it is written, O believers. Who are the believers? They are the Muslims. O believers, obey Allah and obey the Messenger. And those in authority among you. When the Quran was compiled, it was compiled by the caliphs. The caliphs the caliphs had authority at the time when Muhammad passed away, and they compiled it in books. And these caliphs, whatever these caliphs wrote in the Quran was based on the recitation of Muhammad and the companions. And we know in Surah 19 verse 7, they recited a historical error, that there is no person called Yahya prior to Zachariah's son. which is John the Baptist.
Because they are man.
But we know, but listen,
Because they are man. They can make error.
we know in history,
What's the tafsir?
we know in history many people were called Yahya prior to John the Baptist.
Yes. Because they are man. They can make mistake. They are man. They can make mistake. They are man, sir. They can make mistake. They can make mistake.
What's the semantic range of the Arabic word?
Yes,
What's
so
semantic
okay.
range? Tell me the semantic
I'm gonna get that.
Okay, once you find that, you're gonna see that it means likeness, character.
Oh, that's see,
No.
You could only go to you could only go by what Ibn Abbas says, Al-Jalailin says, Kafir says, because what they do.
No, but what's the semantic
That's what I'm going to try and say to you. So, what these scholars do when a Quranic verse has an error, they try to justify it to try to fool the Muslim community. So I'm going to get there.
And there are a lot of things. Sorry, hold on. And there is a lot of things that the scholars. There are a lot of things that the scholars do that fool the Muslim society.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that they do.
Okay.
What you're doing, you're taking the verse and you're saying it literally.
I'm saying the Quran said everything has been revealed in clear context, right? We don't need scholars to. We don't need scholars to justify it. I'm going to get there. Okay. Okay. So it says whose name will be. Okay. You read Arabic?
Huh?
You read Arabic?
No, but go to
But do you read Arabic?
I can read Arabic, but
Okay, what does it say? What is this? Okay, so it says, Ya Zakaria, inna nubashiruka bigaliman ya asmuh Yahya. Asmuhu Yahya. Yahya. So,
what's the semantic range?
it's trying to say, yes, I'm getting there.
Okay.
It's trying to say here in the Quran, we give you the good news of the birth of his son, whose name will be John. This is in English.
Yes.
A name we have not given to anyone before. So now you're going to try and say this is in a likeness. You're going to try and try to justify it.
Yes.
But the Quran says everything has been revealed in clear context. You shouldn't need scholars
doing. You're getting the.
You shouldn't.
You're taking the English.
I'll get to Arabic as well. Okay. So I'll get into Arabic as well. So you shouldn't need Arabic scholars to translate this. The Quran has been revealed in clear context. Now I'm going to get to Arabic. Now I'm going to straight to Arabic.
If you've got a verse and you translate it.
Yeah, in Arabic.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that.
Exactly. So go to the Arabic.
Yeah, I will. The Arabic is Yahya.
Go to the Arabic. Go to the Arabic.
Yeah.
Let me go to the Arabic.
I'm going to get the Arabic. You know, I think I looked at this. So okay.
What do you have to say now?
The Arabic's name is called Yahya.
Okay.
The name Yahya means God is gracious. When you translate Yahya in Hebrew, in English, it's called Yohanan and John. Let me speak. Okay, let me speak. You're not let me speak. Okay, you're not let me speak. You're not let me speak. You're not let me listen. So the name in Hebrew is Yohanan and John. This is the name in English and in Hebrew. If you translate Yohanan and John in Arabic, you will get Yahya. So either way, whatever semantics you want to play, there's no person called Yahya, Yohanan, or John previous to Zachariah's son. But in the book of Chronicles, we have somebody called Yohanan, Yahya, or John. So it's a historical error in the Quran.
Do we believe that to be
Either way, the book of Chronicles is dated many years to John the Baptist.
Now go to the semantic range.
That's what I've said to you.
Go to the semantic range.
Where do you want me to go to the semantic range?
Every books.
You're bringing a verse and you don't even say the meaning.
Listen.
Bro, let me God is gracious. I said to you, God is gracious.
And what else can it mean?
Okay, that's what it means. God is
What else
gracious.
can it mean?
That's what it means.
It can talk about likeness as well. The name. It doesn't literally mean name.
Okay, so what does it say here? Okay. Now I want to get you another.
Sorry, let me.
If you're not gonna do
Sorry, I'm going to Quran. Let me Quran.
In the Quran, it says everything is revealed in clear context. You shouldn't need scholars to interpret.
But you're going to
Okay, you shouldn't need. You shouldn't need scholars to interpret.
Was sent by God.
Whether you look at it in the Hebrew, whether you look at it in Arabic or in the English, the name Yahya still applies. And this person, Zachariah's son, Yahya, right? Many people have been called this name before John the Baptist's son.
In it and put different words to make it mean where it not mean.
Bro, where's my Quran, man?
I can't prove to you. No,
Bro, where's my Quran?
Let me have a Quran. Sorry, someone. No, So this one,
It's not literally only named Sammy.
no, this one supposed to be
Chat GTP.
recited.
Yeah.
Chat GTP,
Do
because
not
that's not
put it
reliable.
in our book
You know, Chat
format.
GTP is not reliable to look at.
So when they
Arabic
put it in
here,
our
full
book
semantic
format,
range is paid,
they make some
likeness,
mistake in it.
competitor,
It's
rank,
okay.
similar,
It's a
someone similar
mistake what they
is
make in it. You have to go
I'm
to
going.
this.
Okay, listen. He's going by what Chat GTP says. I'm going by what the Quran says.
Words like
You don't need to. Okay, listen, bro.
Your
Okay.
Hebrew is
So,
right.
Tell me someone where you can find the
Is Allah above or Muhammad above?
10 times. Can you
What
find the
does it?
semantic
Okay, does it say to go to a semantic range?
semantic range?
Does it say to go to a semantic range? Okay, what does name mean?
Tell me.
What does name mean?
semantic
What are
range.
you gonna ask me? What does name mean? What does? Are you gonna ask? What does? I've told you. What does? It means name. It means
They
name.
take out the true name
A
of
semantic
Yeshua
range
and
is only
place
one
it
word.
with Lord.
Thank you.
And
Bro,
Jesus.
can you read this? What does it say?
Tell me the semantic
Yes, it
range.
means name. There's no semantic range. It means it's a person. It's talking about a person.
You need to look at the
Yes.
semantic
Okay. Sorry. Okay. You know what the Quran
Where are you
says?
going to find the semantic
In the
range? When are you going
Quran,
to
there's no semantic range in your Quran.
Tell me the semantic
There's no
range.
semantic range in it.
You will find it. I know you're not finding it.
Bro, there's no semantic range in this class. Are you gonna, can you answer this question? Okay, run away.
Tell me the semantic
Okay,
range.
there's no semantic range in here.
That's all I'm asking.
There's no semantic range in here.
Obviously, it's not going to be direct.
Okay, but so you're going above anybody else in the Quran. Is Allah above or ChatGPT
There's
above?
something called
Is Allah above or ChatGPT above?
It's okay. I'm telling you something.
So,
And you can't find it.
bro, okay.
Okay.
In our
You're
book.
taking it literally. That's what I'm trying to
Okay,
say.
you have to say the Quran literally.
No, you don't.
Okay, so
That's what
okay,
Wahhabis do.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, in Surah 19 verse 7, Ya Zakaria, inna nubashiruka bi gulamin asmuhu Yahya. Now it's written in the Quran. What are you looking for? It's written in the Quran. The angel announced, "O Zachariah, indeed we give you the good news of the birth of his son, whose name will be John, a name we have not given to anybody else."
Something.
Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about a person that no person has been called John. Muslims are going above all kinds of semantics to try and justify any other claims. Allah clearly says no person has been called Yahya or called John before this person. But we know many people before John the Baptist, before Yahya, were called this person. In the book of Chronicles, there's a person called Yohanan who's called Yahya as well, or called John. So the Quran is an historical error which they have to try to justify, saying this is a semantic range. It's a complete lie. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is above any scholars you will have in human history. And he's talking this is a person whose name was not being given to anybody else. A name we have not given to anyone else before. So they can't justify this, Kalas.
I say salam alaikum. When you say
That's it. Okay, I'll wrap you up. Okay, listen to this. Listen. They have to justify this in all sorts of ways. They want to play semantics, going to Chat GTP written, Ya Zakaria, inna nubashiruka bi gulamin asmuhu Yahya. O Zachariah, indeed we give you the good news of the birth of his son, whose name will be John, a name we have not given to anyone before. So it's clearly, the Quran is clearly talking about a person, not likeness, person. A name we have not given to anyone before. We know in the book of Chronicles that there was a person called Yohanan, whose other words, if you translate to Arabic, it would be called Yahya. If you translate to English, it would be called John. So the Quran is in a historical error because there were many people called Yahya before Zachariah's son. They say that this is a semantic range. Nowhere in the Quran does it talk about semantic range. It talks about a name and it talks about a person. They have to try and justify it, but they can't. The Quran is an historical error and Allah is false. Alas. By Quran.